If you've been following along and have never joined a design bootcamp, I'm going to encourage you to sign up. It's 5 hours of workshops, and we have live versions going on often, so you can come and ask questions. Go to www.designsweetcourses.com/designbootcamp. If you have been struggling to get sales from your design work or understanding what you really need to do to make money, I have the workshop for you. On September 23rd, I'm hosting my first ever Profitable Designer Workshop. This 1-day, 3-hour workshop is only $97, but I have a discount for all my podcast listeners. Go to carinagardnercourses.com/profit and put in the code podcast for $50 off. I can't wait to see you more profitable. Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. I'm going to spare you guys, but I almost wanted to start this episode singing a little The Summertime's Easy. You guys know what I'm talking about? I'm not going to sing it for you. You guys are lucky because it is summer, and sometimes during the summertime we get a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Lackadaisical, a little bit lackadaisical about our businesses. And that's for all businesses, not for designers, but for all businesses. And I was actually just on a call today with one of my Design Suite members, and I said, I have been trying to tell everybody on my Instagram feeds, are you working right now? Are you using your planning season wisely? And I was like, I don't know if anyone is listening to me. She was like, oh, I heard you. Because we were looking at some Halloween stuff she had started working on. I was like, so you know that you have to start selling this like the first week of September, if not even a little earlier. And she was like, yeah, that's why I'm starting to work on it. And so I just want to talk to you guys today about using your like planning season wisely. I'm calling it your planning season because it should be the season where sales maybe are the lowest. For me, that's always summertime. And that's because I'm in the crafting industry. Even though I'm designing still the same amount, I think of it as my planning season because I tend to try to take a little more time off, right? I think a lot of us do. But at the same time, I'm trying to make sure that I'm putting the things in place that need to be put in place so that when the holiday season rolls around, I'm prepared for it. I think that sometimes in the summertime, people just take way too much time off. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. If you have the ability to do that, like amazing. But I know for designers in particular, if you do that and you're unprepared for the holiday season, then you are going to run into problems, okay? And I'm talking about designers who are working specifically in the crafting area. If you're a designer that's doing more like brand management, or you're doing, maybe you're doing dishware or like one-offs or contracts, this doesn't totally apply to you. But in the crafting industry, this is just like to give you guys a background. Like I've been watching the checks. I've been doing this now for 14 years. And I have always seen that June, July, and August are my lowest months for income. Well, what does that mean? That means I have to kind of save a little bit, usually in December, January, February, to make sure that we are okay for summer months, right? And it doesn't mean that I'm working less. I just know that the buying is less, whereas the buying is extremely high in October, November, and December. And so what does that mean? That means that in the summertime, if I'm not maybe releasing quite as many products or designs, or maybe I'm releasing easier designs because I know people aren't seeing it as much, I will go out of my way, and you will see this June. Maybe I'll even leave some sneak peeks on my my Instagram feeds. Like June, I am working on Halloween this year. Like June is dedicated to Halloween. Why? Halloween is a great big selling month. And I want to make sure that we are totally prepared for Halloween this year. I start Halloween September 1st. And then July, I plan on spending in Christmas. Now, in years past, July has been my traditional Christmas months because I've been the creative director of a scrapbooking company. And guess when we're designing all of our Christmas lines? It's almost always in July. Sometimes it's even earlier in April. And to get myself in the spirit, I'm usually listening to Christmas music in April or July. I have a little more leeway since I'm not a creative director anymore, and I can kind of do it when I want, but I still try to keep those things kind of early. Now, does that mean I'm not scrambling during the holidays? No, I tend to still scramble a little bit during the holidays. I'm trying to put out more stuff. You'll see me doing a lot more projects during that time, and I try to coincide my projects with projects I want to do for myself, like in my house. Like you guys maybe have seen my humongous ultimate gingerbread house, which is like, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the ultimate gingerbread house behind me. But I have a giant one that I made on the Pro, which is super intense. And so I'll do some of these humongous projects, and I do them. I'm going to try this year actually to do most of them before the season and have them all videotaped and ready to go. But then during the season, I'm videotaping as I'm doing it because I really do dress up my house for Halloween, and I'm doing all the things, hanging up quilts, for Halloween, because I think it's so fun. So what can I tell you about your planning season? I think, okay, if anyone knows me in real life, like if you know me in real life, I love to organize and I like to get planned out and make sure I'm really good. So I think the first thing you need to do is, if you have any big projects on the horizon, or maybe if you're one of my Design Suite members, maybe you are working on SVGs or you're working on digital scrapbooking products or something like that, and you want to have like a really solid, like 5 to 10 Halloween projects that you can show, or products that you can show starting in September. So what you're going to do is, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to plan it out and start now in July. But if you want them to be really good and it takes you a long time to make things, then maybe you do need to sit down with your calendar in July and August and make sure that you have enough time to finish the projects you want to release in September, right? So maybe you only release like one digital kit the first week of September, and then 2 weeks into September, you release 3 or 4 for Halloween. I will tell you, by the second week of October, you'll see me stopping releasing Halloween, and I'll be releasing Thanksgiving and Christmas. And that's just a tidbit. Like, I don't know where any of the rest of you are, but you'll notice, go watch the craft stores and see what products they're bringing in, and you'll start seeing Christmas in October. Why? Because they know that people have started thinking about that. And like, all the best Christmas stuff will get picked over by mid-November, okay? So same thing's happening. Like, if you want high sales at the beginning, people who are already thinking about it, they're going to buy at the beginning. You'll get some stragglers at the end, but at least you'll have enough stuff to make money off of, okay? I know this is like, I really was talking to my crafting designers, but the truth is this works for any design industry. If you're working for, maybe one of these websites where you're selling designs that you can print on a cup or print on a blanket or print on a cell phone case, if you make sure that you have enough designs for the holidays up there, then you're going to be in good shape, because when's everybody buying presents? They're buying them in November. They're buying them in December. So this is just my note to you to stock up now. And yes, I want you to take it easy a bit, and I want you to spend time with your family. In fact, when I'm recording this, I'm actually going on a family little excursion for the weekend, and I am so excited about it because I need the break very, very badly, and it gives me a second to refocus on things. But I also will be planning and making sure that my calendar is filled the right way, not just filled up, because being busy is not the goal here. In fact, I want to be less busy, but being intentional is the goal here. Be really intentional with how you're using this season to make sure that your holidays, you get the most out of it, that you're making the most money out of it, okay? And I know I'm talking to designers, but if any of you are in any other kind of business, I think my words would ring true for a lot of different businesses, because a lot of businesses make most of their money. I know, like my sister who comes on the show once in a while, Kim, Most of the money is being made over the holidays. And so if we're not prepping and taking care of things now, then it becomes rush, 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 go, go, go. And you're leaving money on the table, money that you could have had if you're not prepared. Okay. So hopefully this helps. I love having you here, and this has been really fun. I mean, this is only a few podcasts in, so I'm still figuring out the whole thing. If you really want to help me out, I'm still figuring out this whole thing and would love a review. That would make it so that I could really feel great about moving forward. And so many of you are my friends. You're my designer friends, and that makes me pretty happy, or my creatives, or people who are crafting with me all the time. I love you guys, and I just want more crafters and makers in the world. So anyway, feel free to leave me a review. It really helps me, and I will talk to you soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.